Suddenly, out of nowhere, Detachment.
Erschieße sie alle!
A present from the regiment. Detachment.
All right, gentlemen, as you were. Last night, we were supposed to make contact with Jedburgh Team Percy in order to link up with the local marquis. Well, they didn't show up at the RV, though a chap we verified as Percy's marquis contact, a certain Mr. Leclerc, did, and claims that the team's CO, Lieutenant Smith, has been captured and is in German custody. He doesn't know what happened to the XO or the radio man. Probably still on the run. Anyhow, an anti-partisan task force headed by a Major von Holstein have been scouring the nearby countryside to see who else they can sniff out. Rather dashed annoying, considering the brass has plans for this area in the very near future. That's where you come in. Your task is to follow Mr. Leclerc's lead to a nearby village where he claims the Major will be inspecting the local garrison. I leave it up to you, naturally, on how you separate the Major from his men, but he must be captured as he knows the location of our man. We'll get it out of him, one way or another. One more thing. Should the Major threaten to escape, he must be liquidated, but only as a last resort. Dead to us, he is of little use other than ingratiating our presence to the local resistance. Any questions? Right. Let's get cracking.
Lieutenant McLean assembles his men.
All right, chaps. Got a job for you.
The fighting men of Detachment. Each one extremely capable, resourceful, supremely brave, and possessed of a fanatical drive to accomplish his mission. Among their number are 2 4-man lead sections, expert infiltrators all, 3 sections of veterans, with each section outfitted with 1 Vickers K machine gun. The K gun, as it is known, features a rate of fire that matches that of the fearsome German MG-42. 1 specially modified armored jeep, swift and maneuverable, it is festooned with machine guns, and 1 squad of Maquisards. Though poorly equipped and untested in combat, their local knowledge and fighting spirit make them quite a welcome irregular ally. Detachment must capture or kill Major von Holstein, who has a bodyguard protecting him. Additionally, his personal escort consists of 1 squad of veteran grenadiers, equipped with 2 machine guns. Close at hand, Lieutenant Jung and various weapons teams will be ready to respond to any alarms raised, including a sniper team and 2 machine gun teams. The 2 garrison squads ready for inspection shan't be far behind should any trouble arise. A reconnaissance motorcycle team provide 2 pairs of eyes, watchful eyes to flush out any hidden enemies. And finally, to transport the Major, his staff car, and an armored Hanomag for his escort. Covertly surveying the area of operations, Lieutenant McLean and Sergeant Levine formulate a plan.
I must say, I don't like the looks of those fields. Too open.
Shouldn't be a problem for our lead section, lads, sir. Might make a good position for which to spring an ambush on unsuspecting Jerry. Those woods would be perfect for that purpose, though, sir.
No, too close to the enemy. That clearing next to the grove is where the inspection is supposed to take place.
Lots of pockers is nice. Concealed like.
Yeah, quite right. And I know Jerry is fond of hiding snipers among them. Well, we'll just have to make sure that that's not the case today, eh? I say,
One of our lead sections could infiltrate via the tall grass there. Get the drop on Fritz where he least expects it.
I suggest we set up a little diversionary explosion or two on the other side of the village, sir. Draw some of the enemy away from old mate.
Capital suggestion. I'll leave you in charge of that and take the radio man with you. Captain just told me a bombing strike has been authorized on the village.
I'll make sure to pass word to the natives to get to their cellars once we set off the first firecracker.
Good air, you set about your business. I'll get the men ready. Best of luck.
As predicted, the Major and his escort arrive in the designated area, slightly ahead of schedule. The veteran squad set up flush against the bocage, while the Hanomag parks in a well-protected position overlooking the road. The Major and the rest of his entourage stand next to the grove, impatiently waiting for his men.
Was sind die Männer?
As an extra security measure, a sniper team are deployed in one of the buildings, affording them a comprehensive view of the area. The rest of the force are en route. And then, a distant explosion shatters the peaceful ambience of the pastoral village. The Major and his men quickly hunker down and conceal themselves as best they can, preparing for whatever enemy threatens them. Meanwhile, X-Detachment's forward deployers await in position, the enemy in sight, obscured but spotted. The two lead sections themselves are hidden. They only await the sound of incoming mosquito bombers to signal the attack. At the same time, the British First Wave are ready to swiftly follow up and spirit away the enemy officer, while the reinforcements prepare to deal with any incidental threats that will undoubtedly crop up. Right. 0800 hours. Call in to Mozzies.
Owl 2, this is Observer Alpha 1. Call for fire to follow. Orders, fire for effect at...
Achtung! Jawohl!
Bomb on target. Scratch one, Jerry. Another direct hit, sir. Jerry Half-Track on fire.
Ich habe dir keine Erlaubnis zum Brennen gegeben. Jawohl, Herr Major. Nichts wird mich aufhalten.
Blimey! Another direct hit, sir.
I say, up the raft.
Oh, never mind. Looks like it was a dud. With the end of the bombardment comes the beginning of the battle. The Germans seize the initiative. The Herr Sniper is the first to pull the trigger.
Ich sehe sie, Tommy.
Verdammt! The Maquisards arrive on the scene and, with characteristic Gallic fury, bring the fight to the occupiers.
Ouvrez les feux! Du bist scheiße!
But despite their bravado, the pressure mounts on the German veterans. The first lead section springs into action.
Right, let's give those froggies in hand, eh?
Finally understanding the seriousness of their predicament,
Wir sind umzingelt!
the veteran squad go to ground.
Give 'em hell, lads! Zum Donnerwetter!
The second lead section emerged from the tall grass.
Ah! Wo kommst du her? Keep fighting! Hip hip!
Hearing the nearby carnage, the major rushes to support his men.
Verdammte Banditen! Verdammte Banditen! Ich komme, Männer!
The first of the 8-man sections arrive, bounding across the field, eager to get to grips with the enemy officer. The armored carrier's crew attempt to mobilize after their firefighting endeavor.
Feuer!
They shoot at the recently arrived British soldiers.
You shot Bill, you bastard!
The British sniper team take aim at their German counterpart.
Left window, first floor. Target acquired.
Horrified at his comrade's death, the spotter falls into a catatonic state. This battle is over for him. The Kubelwagen's driver steadies his nerves once the ringing in his ears subsides somewhat. And so the prelude to the battle proper concludes. Both belligerents yet to commit their full strength to the fight. But the situation is confused, chaotic, and many surprises are in store for British and German alike. First on the scene among the German reinforcements is one of the garrison squads. Emerging from the tumult of the surrounding chaos, they get the drop on the British lead section.
Firefly! Stone the crow!
The rifle grenadier fires at the other lead section. And misses. Eager to get into the fight, the jeep crew burst onto the scene. The veterans, sensing imminent danger, drop to the ground once more. The onslaught claims one German life. The tail gunner.
Thanks for the assist there, old boy.
Seeing the veteran German squad before them suppressed, the SAS section charge. Behind cover, the Germans have enough time to get to their feet to exchange blows simultaneously. The SAS take their toll, but the grenadiers viciously fight back. But is the counterattack vicious enough?
I'm alright, it's just a flesh wound.
The German veterans are wiped out.
But sir, I must protest you were stabbed in the heart.
No, flesh wound.
They move toward the ranting they hear beyond the trees.
What's that noise? Sounds like talking gravel.
Verdammt! Du warst meine Leibwächter!
The second of the 3 British sections surges forward.
Here. These French piggies eat better than us.
Better than we do.
Och, shut your gobs and fire!
Richtig, einmal!
Deutscher Ingenieurskunst.
The German motorcyclists seek to stymie the British efforts. And the French efforts, for that matter. The partisans hit the dirt.
Monsieur, vous êtes vraiment horrible.
The Hanomag gunner continues firing.
Incoming! Crikey! I don't think they appreciate us being here, eh?
The German driver prepares to receive orders.
Ah! Komm her!
Get on here, Mayor!
The second of the German garrison squads make their move
Los, los!
and take aim at the lead section directly ahead, who promptly go down.
Feuer frei! Where the bloody hell did they come from?
The German light machine gun team join the fray.
Lass uns gehen!
And immediately fire upon the enemy nearest their senior officer.
God, that one wasn't a flesh wound. Oh.
Don't worry, sir. I'll get you out of here.
The second German machine gun team failed to make it onto the battlefield. The British K-gunners make their entrance.
Flanking maneuver? Proper nice bit of cover? Ooh, open fire? What you call that? You forgot your bins, mate? Gutes Schießen, Tommy! Haha!
Lieutenant Jung finally arrives to defend his superior.
Achtung!
He levels his Schmeisser at the French partisans.
Stirb, Banditen!
Je suis blessé! Je ne peux pas bouger!
Untested and unused to the rigors of combat, the partisans fly into a panic.
J'existe, compas!
Posez si pistolet!
Idiot!
The German major continues to evade the enemy.
Banditen, Banditen! Überall Banditen!
The British sniper team apply pressure on the grenadier squad threatening to overrun the nearby lead section. A long shot. Lieutenant McLean and the remaining British section remain in reserve, waiting for the right moment to strike. But will their presence be enough to turn the tide of battle in their favor? Monsieur Leclerc rallies his panicked men.
Je me baisse pour la France! Qui est avec moi? Vive la France! Tuez les Boches!
Under fire from seemingly all quarters, the Grenadier squad attempts to act,
In Deckung!
but goes down. The SAS section in reserve is delayed.
You
The
what?
motorcyclists open fire at the jeep's unarmored rear.
Ein Arsch gehört mir!
Shooting at us, you cheeky sod!
The lead section sprays the garrison squad with their SMGs.
We've got to buy time for our lads. Got to keep these barn pots busy. Cool, I love your work, lads. Take that, Jerry, you gentle flosser.
Under fire from the K-gunners, the German LMG team steady themselves
Feuer auf mein Kommando.
and unleash a storm of hot lead at the British jeep.
Feuer.
The vehicle's sides are unarmored and therefore vulnerable to their small arms fire.
Fill out, lads, she's gonna blow.
Wasting no time, the garrison squad charged directly at the lead section. And wipe them out. Having eliminated the immediate British threat, they turn their attention to the nearby Frenchmen.
Du bist der Nächste.
The second SAS section continue their hasty push forward. The MG-42 team stealthily follow in their wake and set up their cumbersome weapon. Schnell, schnell, schnell. The half-track turns to train its gun on fresh targets.
Feuer! German armor! Armored carrier, actually. Hold your waist, you jobby.
Lieutenant Young continues his harrying of the partisans.
Verdammt, Banditen!
Vive la France!
We've got them on the ropes now. What say we deliver the knockout punch? In Deckung bleiben!
Right, I'll get you this time. Just relax and... You are! But next time for sure.
Have to keep the enemy away from the Major. Time for some diversionary tactics, methinks.
But has he their attention?
Round 2, mate! Don't brown yet kicks this time! Ooh, pound is a pound!
The German machine gun team is annihilated. The staff car repositions to provide cover for the Major.
Ja, bleib hier.
The battle wears on. Will the SAS get their man, or will the Major evade their clutches? He's good as ours, mate.
Too right he is!
Stay tuned to find out. Fully set up and settled, the MG-42 team tear into the unsuspecting British section.
Heads down! MG-42! Is trained in the 8mm Mauser caliber, but is actually 7.9. Lures of the forest for this lad.
The third SAS section are still delayed.
You what, mate?
The Germans concentrate their fire on the second British section to prevent their coming any closer.
Good dear, you classy bastard!
The garrison squad leap over the bocage and engage in bloody close combat with the Frenchmen, who fight tooth and nail.
Halt die Klappe, Bandit!
but are no match for the highly trained Germans. Having eliminated the partisans, the squad leap back over the barrage, awaiting their next orders.
Bereit für Aktion.
The 1st German garrison squad is less enthusiastic, however. Despite heavy incoming fire, the 2nd British section remain highly motivated.
Right, give him the lot.
Nicht schon wieder, bitte. Oh, die Kacke ist am Dampfen.
Heiß!
Lieutenant McLean continues to harass the motorcyclists.
Look, here I am, Fritz.
And sure enough, they reposition their machine to respond.
Oh dear.
With deadly results. Lieutenant Jung clears the barrage and fires on the 2nd lead section. We go down. Major von Holstein continues to evade the encroaching British.
Das ist ein Skandal!
Reposition! I'm well packaged. Let's break out the scrum. Later, lad. Got a mission to do.
The British sniper, having picked his target, fires once more. Boy, Fritzy boy.
Scharfschütze! Bleibe versteckt!
With men and machines from both sides destroyed, the battle begins to take shape. However, it is unclear as to who will win the day at this point. The senior German officer remains out of reach of the SAS for the time being. The MMG team furiously keep firing.
Feuerschutz!
I'll take a kick in your strudel, you Fritz nugget!
Possessed with a singular desire to complete their mission, the SAS section seemingly shrug off the fire poured on them and press on toward their quarry.
I've got you in my sights, you cheap tonic, cheapsteak!
Lieutenant Jung keeps pressing forward, applying pressure on the lead section.
An A for effort, Jerry. Better luck next time, eh? Right. Time to show these amateurs how it's done. It's getting quite cramped here.
The lead section repositions.
Yes, this open field should do quite nicely.
The 2nd Garrison Squad fire for all they're worth. At the British section, closing in on their senior officer. The motorcyclists are on the move. Though in the wrong direction. The 3rd SAS section finally make it to the battlefield.
Better late than never, I suppose.
In his advance towards the enemy, Lieutenant Jung stumbles into the sniper's sightline.
Cheerio, me handsome.
Slain. Von Holstein suddenly finds himself precariously close to the enemy and far from his men.
Kommt zu mir, Soldaten! Kommt! Schnell!
The K-gun team set an ambush, ready to shoot the Major if he threatens to get away. The Hanomag moves to cover the escaping officer.
Feuer!
Luck, it seems, is on the British side. But will it hold up? Without either officer in sight, the 1st Garrison Squad keep out of trouble. Through sheer determination, sacrifice, and fanatical bravery, the SAS have managed to position one of their sections within striking distance of the German officer. Will they get the charge, or will von Holstein slip away? The SAS seize the initiative! Truly, these men exemplify the service's motto, "Who dares wins." With a roar, they charge the German HQ,
You're fucking Nick Meow Beauty!
seizing the officer and his bodyguard. The British swiftly pick up their wounded and make off into the chaos wrought by the partisans and the bombers.